So, a bit of pinching out today and planting up my gorgeous dahlias and all sorts of other fun pinching out. But today the job for me then is the dahlias, and I want to show you these two. Let me get a grip of them. Ha, get a grip. Right, this one you can see has got lots of stems and it's looking quite bushy and it's going to be really good. Should get loads of flowers on it. This one is grown as one big single stem. Okay, and what I'm going to do is this whole thing of pinching out that I spoke about to encourage this one to give us more stems, therefore more shoots, more flowers. And it is actually really easy and simple and not stressful in any way. And you don't have to worry about it. It might seem really cruel, but it's actually a really good thing to do. Like I say, it just encourages lots of new growth. And it is this easy. With a plant like a dahlia, you can easily see the growing tip there. You see it in the centre here, okay? And what I'm going to do is, I'm going to go in with my forefinger and thumb, and I'm just going to snap that growing tip off, like that, okay? So what it's going to do then, is it's going to signal this dahlia and say to the plant, oh, the growing shoot's gone, we need to do lots more shoots to make up for it. And that's kind of what we're doing. We're kind of giving it a wee nudge to grow lots more shoots. So eventually, this will become a big, strong, bushy plant. So that's my tartan dahlia, just pinched out. I'm going to do all the rest of them, and then I'm going to get them planted out. I'm going to plant them in the beds. We've got some pots we're going to put them in. Got lots of different types, so I'll talk you through this as I go. Same again. There's the growing tip and pinch it out. See, it's not a big drama. So here we go then. I've got some fish blood and bone that I'm going to put into the planting holes just to give these plants a wee boost in nutrition, and because there's been a plant here all this time, it'll have taken a lot of nutrition out of the soil, so I need to try and add it in. Where I can, I go round and I add compost to all the beds and things every year, all my lovely homemade compost. But I've obviously not been able to do that here because it's been full of plants. So let's get some nutrition in now. Now what I'm going to do is, these are the dahlias from my tubers. So I'm going to plant them up to just the level they are in the pots just now. Just so you can see the base of that stem. I need to get a hole in to get that done. So fish blood and bone in, little dahlia. Label, really important, because I can't leave these tubers in the ground over winter. They will rot because our ground is so wet. So I need to make sure I can find them to dig them out and then store them. So I talked to you guys about that last year when I did it. So if you're new to dahlias, if you're not sure about that, I'll put it in the description below for you. But there we go. So this, now I'll not get the name right for you. It is Noordwijk's Glory. Sorry, I've just butchered Dutch. So yeah, it's named after the Dutch town it's from. These were a gorgeous present, these tubers from Linda. So thank you so much, Linda. You can see there, it's got a gorgeous big root ball. The tuber's in the centre there, and I'm going to put it in the ground to the same level again. There we go. And it's got all that fish blood and bone in there. And then we're going to film that down. I want to really firm it down. And there we go. One done. Now, something I have to think about, you may not, is I'm making sure where I'm planting these, I don't want them touching all the other plants. I want to have a good bit of space around it because we have lots of slugs and snails in our garden. I've said before, because our climate here is so wet. I know for a fact slugs and snails love the dahlias. I have lost entire plants to them. Okay, tartan. I'm quite excited about this one. Again, heaps of fish blood and bone. Right down in that hole so it's in contact with the plant. And let's get you out, little guy. And again, look at that. Stunning root ball. There we go. That's 2 down, only about 15 to go. Pretty much just rinse and repeat. Clean up my mess. And of course it's a very good time, if you like this kind of stuff, sow a little love on that like button, because when you sow, we grow. Guess I need to find a home for this little guy. So no different to when I was planting these in the beds, except I'm not going to add any fish blood and bone because this compost mix has already got fertiliser in it. Go. And the labels are in there. Try and make sure it's nice and centred in the pot. And there we go. First one done. This one's a little bit root bound. I can see the roots are just growing in a circle. So I'm just going to tear them at the bottom a little bit before I put it in. And that will just encourage them to grow out and spread. There we go. That one is a different variety. That one is totally tangerine. Not grown it before, no idea what to expect. It's another tartan. There we go, nice and firm in the pot. And here we go, my little homegrown from seed. So much smaller. It's a single stem because it's very first stem of this plant. But they've been pinched out exactly like I did with the ones from the tubers. And I'm giving it exactly the same size pot because they will get big. And I'm hoping that come late summer, the garden is just going to be full of colour. That's my little Yankee Doodle Dandy. Now, I suppose I always assume you guys know and you do this all the time. If you're putting plants in pots, containers like this, remember and leave a good inch or two from the top, because when you're watering, you want to fill that up to the lid of the pot with water, and leaving that gap just gives you the space to do that, so that you don't water and it just runs off. There we go. That is all my dahlias for this year. Only question now is, where are we going to put them? Oh, dirty knees. Where would you like these dahlias, my dear?
You don't want me to tell you?
Yes. While you're doing all the watering, can I get you to watering all my dahlias? Thank you.
Dear.
Lots of dahlia fun today then in our planting out party. If you're not sure if you can plant out yet though, that video might help you. It tells you all about how to harden off your plants and get them ready to go outdoors. Okay, off to find a home for these guys. See ya!